So going on from there, what would you say about your media and your themes? You know, as your career has progressed, what media do you like to use, and what kind of a bearing does that have in your themes, and vice versa?
Well, it has a bearing. I've worked in oils, pastels, chalks, acrylics. I've also done a series of silkscreen prints. But my preferred way of working is with acrylic because I can use it like as if I'm working oils, or I can overpaint endlessly as if I'm using watercolors.
Sure.
And because my paintings are sort of endless glazes, I mean, an orange color on one of my paintings is probably made up of, 12, 15 washes, one over the other.
Oh
So,
my goodness.
and that's part of, I do that not consciously, it's part of the searching. Every painting that I do takes me quite a while, and so it's overworking until it tells me it's finished, basically.
Wow, that's wonderful. It certainly, you know, the amount of work doesn't show up immediately when someone looks at it who's naive about paintings. But but for me, looking at it, it certainly it produced a kind of depth that goes right into me when I'm looking at it. Like I said in my introduction,
Right.
it's it's amazing the effect that your work has on me. Um,
Well, yeah, I'm really pleased to hear that, but I've always thought that there are certain components to painting that I always search for, and I've been a student of art too. Informally, I've
yes,
been to many art museums even today. I mean, for 50 years I've been reading art history, and
yeah,
I'm reading a big volume today too about the period before the emergence of the Impressionists.
mm,
But I think that there's a couple of things I always look for in a painting. When the eye hits the surface of the painting, it has to keep going,
mm,
and there has to be that internal light as well in the painting. Because for me, I mean, anybody looking at my paintings can plainly see that that sense of light
mm-hmm,
is very important to me. And I always remember that wonderful line from Edward Hopper when he said, at the end of the day, all he wanted to paint was sunlight on the side of a house. I mean,
wow,
I relate to
yes,
that because
sure.
that's basically, yeah, I mean, light is one of the components.
That's the essence of it.
Absolutely, and the symbology of light too.
Of
What
course,
does light mean, and
right.
all of that? Yeah.
It's it's not an accident. I think that we talk about historically the awakening of consciousness as the Enlightenment in
Yeah,
human
yeah.
beings.
I think that that's well said.